Hello, hello. I have not been live in so long. Um, it feels so good to be back on here with you guys. Let me fix this piece of hair. Um, I'm excited to talk about something that has been on my heart for a very long time. I have been under the weather, which is the reason for my absence from YouTube. Otherwise, y'all know that I would have been on here with my shorts, with my videos, going live and just doing all of the things. But it's been time over here with not feeling well. But glory to God, I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling like myself. And I'm excited to be on here today live with you guys, even though it has been a long time since I have been live. So, first and foremost, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. I have tons of videos on here, tons of content around helping Christian entrepreneurs monetize, get more sales, and reach 6 and 7 figures. So if you are not subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed. So, a fun fact that a lot of people do not know about me is that I have a marketing agency. I have had a marketing agency officially since 2018. Now, long before that, I had been behind the scenes doing people's marketing, but I officially put it into a marketing agency in the year 2018. And so when it comes to marketing, anytime that I am sharing advice, anytime that I'm sharing my expertise, anytime that I'm sharing feedback on what I think is working, what I don't think is working in terms of marketing, I am not just speaking from what I see with my own business. I am also speaking from what I see with my clients' businesses as well. That is one of the blessings of having a marketing agency is that I get to see the behind the scenes of what's working, not just for me, but I'm also seeing what's working and what's not working for other people. So I have a ton of data in terms of what is helping people convert. What are people not responding to? What are people responding to? And so I want to talk about some marketing strategies today that are no longer working. And I felt like this video was really important because I think that while many entrepreneurs have embraced that times are changing, while many entrepreneurs have embraced that, this is not 2020 anymore, this is not 2018 anymore, this is not 2015 anymore, I still feel like it's a lot of people that have struggled to accept that certain marketing strategies that at one point in time really really work just don't work anymore. And I get it because as a marketer, we all have those strategies that's kind of like, oh, this is my go-to. We all have those strategies that's kind of like, this is my one, this is the one that has always worked. So it's almost like it's hurtful when that thing that was working all the time, for whatever reason, at this point now, it's no longer working, right? So I want to get into it, you guys. There are three that I'm going to be sharing. I'm going to try to get through this video. I have a ton of stuff on my calendar today, but I really wanted to get on here and do this video. But I'm just going to jump right into it so that I don't take up too much of you guys' time. So, the very first thing that I feel is no longer working as far as a marketing strategy is you hear people say create urgency, create urgency, create urgency. Urgency is still important when it comes to marketing, but I don't think that it is fruitful to attempt to create urgency around a offer, so a product or service that has very low demand. At the end of the day, where there is demand, there is sales. And I keep looking over here because my notes are over here. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. But where there's sales, there's demand. I'm sorry, where there is demand, there is sales. Where there is no demand or there is low demand, you are going to have a hard time making sales. So a lot of people are struggling like, why are things not working? They're asking, why am I not getting any sales in my business? How come this is not converting? How come that's not converting? What's going on? People are having all these questions, but The bottom line of it is your product or your service is no longer in demand the way that it once was. And sometimes that is due to just changes in the marketplace. Sometimes in this day and age, it's due to changes in technology. I'll give you guys a quick example of a service that I once offered that was very much in demand that is no longer in demand in the way that it once was. For those of y'all that have been like connected with me for a long time, I'm talking about like we go way back to like 10 plus years ago, 15 plus years ago. Y'all know that I used to be known as the girl that was helping people leave their 9 to 5. I'm talking about I have a gang of success stories that I'm very grateful for. I'm so thankful that this is work that I was able to do and for such a long time. But I have a ton of people that my program help to become self-employed, and these are people that are still happily self-employed, right? And it was in demand at the time because entrepreneurship wasn't really something that was embraced in that time the way that it is embraced now. At that time the economy was kind of just really recovering from like the 2008 recession. The job market was opening back up again. Like everybody was looking forward to getting a job. If you were an entrepreneur at that time, like 2010, 2011, you were kind of looked at as like, why you want to be an entrepreneur? Why do you want to like it just wasn't the cool things to do in the way that it is now. We were not in a time where everybody's bio is tagging their business and what it is that they do for a living, right? And so it was in demand. You know, everybody was looking for me. Everybody, people would come, they would do the program, they would bring in friends that wanted to do the program. It was in demand. But fast forward to 2019, God told me to walk away from the business. He told me to shut it down, to pivot into something else. And so that's what I did. And then in 2020, we had this thing called the Great Resignation. Everybody literally was leaving their jobs. I'm talking about you could not ride down the street, you could not walk in the mall without seeing at least 10 to 20 signs that said, we're hiring, we're hiring, we're hiring. Like people were not able to hold on to employees. And so now we're in a place where everybody is an entrepreneur. One, but we're also in a place where there is so much information online. There's so much information on Chat GPT about how to become an entrepreneur. And so that takes away a demand for something that was once there. So I'm not saying that there's not people now that would sign up for a program about how to leave their job, how to transition out of their 9 to 5 and be a successful entrepreneur. But what I'm saying is that the demand is not there in the way that it was in 2010. The demand is not there in the way that it was even in 2015, 2016. So we have to understand that pivoting and adapting is extremely important when you start to see that the demand for your product or your service is changing. Another thing that, or another marketing strategy that I no longer feel is working anymore is attempting to build too much trust before asking for the sale. Now, let me be very clear about this. I still believe that trust is important. I'm not giving my money to anybody that I don't trust. I'm just not like, and I don't even care if it's food. If you making my food, I want to trust that it's clean back there. I want to trust that there's certain things that I don't eat. I want to trust that if I'm ordering a chicken taco, you're not sneaking in some sauce on it that got pork in it because you think that that gives it more flavor. I want to make sure that I can trust you before I hand over my card to you. So make no mistake about it, trust is not out. People still need to trust before they hand over their card, before they make certain decisions as a buyer. But I believe that a lot of people take this building trust thing and they delay making an offer. You don't need to delay making your offers because actually making your offer, that is needed data in your business. And let me explain what I mean. You can survey your audience. You can plan all you want to and be like, what do y'all want from me? I cannot tell y'all how many times I have surveyed my audience and said, hey, what do you guys want from me? And they tell me one thing, but then when I make an offer, they literally buy the opposite thing. So not to say that people don't know what they want, but what people want is what they pay for, period. So you have to make offers for your business so that you can see what's working and what's not working. It's easy to get on social media and everybody's saying, this is working for me, that's not working for me, here's what's working here. But business is not a one size fits all situation. What's working for me right now and my audience may not be the same thing that's working for you and your audience. So you got to actually put things out there. You have to make offers. You have to test stuff so that you can see what is going to work in the marketplace. When you take 60 days, 90 days, and you think that you're doing somebody a favor by not making an offer in that time, that's old school marketing. That's the 2010 way. That's not working in 2026 because I'm gonna tell you what's going to end up happening. If you're out here and you're writing all this content on social media, you're making all of these YouTube videos, you're doing all this stuff in terms of content marketing, and you're not making an offer, but your content marketing is showing people, I need this service, I need help with this. I wish I had somebody to teach me about this. Guess what's going to happen? Them people is going to walk away from you and they're going to find the person that's making the offer. They're going to find the person that has a service. They're going to find the person that has the product or whatever it is that they're looking for. I cannot tell you guys, because this has happened to me before. I cannot tell you guys how there have been times where I finally will make an offer to somebody for my program and they're like, dang, I wish I knew about this last week. I just signed up for such and such's program. I just did this. I just like, there is no glory in not making an offer. And I don't know why, especially as Christian entrepreneurs, we have almost become stoic with asking for the sale. Like, ask for the sale. It's bigger than asking for the sale so that I can make money. You're asking for the sale so that you can help people. So because you know that God has given you a product, a service that can change their lives. You got to make that offer. And also for the sake of your business growing, for the sake of knowing and understanding your business. And I'm going to tell you, it's very hard to make a business be successful that you don't understand. It's very hard to make a business be successful that you don't know. You want to know what's working in your business. I'm talking about you want to know, if I offer this, people going to sign up. If I offer this at this price point, people are going to sign up. It's too many people that don't have this kind of data in their business because they don't know. When somebody comes on to my marketing agency as a client, y'all know what the first thing is that I'm asking them, the first thing that I'm looking for? I'm not asking them, hey, what was your revenue last year? I'm not asking them, what are your brand colors? The first thing that I'm asking them is, how can you get me your login so I can see your data? Because I'm going to go right in your email marketing platform and I'm going to look and see what's working. I want to see what products have been selling. I want to see what emails have been converted. The data is my friend. And it's too many people that you're not positioning yourself where you have any data. And so you're wondering why you don't have anything to go off in terms of what works and what doesn't work. The last thing that's not working marketing wise, and I'm going to tell y'all, as somebody who is a marketer, specifically an email marketer, it really hurt my feelings. It really hurt my feelings to include this one. Um, but freebies and 7-day email nurture funnels. Mm-mm. It's not given in 2026. It's not. And I don't know if it will ever give again. And it's not giving because we are in a time where people are over consumers. They are consuming all this stuff from Chat GPT. They're consuming all this stuff from Claude. They're consuming all of this different stuff from TikTok. Like, people are consuming. So by the time you're trying to nurture somebody for 7 days before you ask for the sale, they have already moved on to something else. You want to make sure that, and another thing too, is so much going on in the world as far as like our data being sold. I mean, if I asked you right now in the morning, well, I don't know where y'all are watching from. It's the morning here in Dallas, Texas, where I'm at. But if I ask y'all right now, how many spam calls have you got this morning? I know for a fact that there's going to be people that say, Dag, it's 10 o'clock and I done already got five or six spam calls. So we are in a time where people are selling data excessively. Like, I'm talking about If my phone is not on do not disturb, it will be going with just spam calls and calls talking about you applied for a loan, ain't applied for no loan. Craziness, all because somebody has sold my data. And so people are more hesitant to just give up their emails these days because they're popping up. Emails are popping up in their inbox from lists that they never subscribe to because people are selling data. And so I know that you made this amazing freebie. I know that you're like, oh, people are going to want this, but we got to think outside the box a little bit more. What has worked a lot better for me than freebies has been super like low ticket lead magnets. Also, it brings people to my list that are like, better like action takers, like people who are really looking for results and not people that are just looking to watch. I find that a lot of times with freebies, people are just like downloading them and they're never like reading any of your emails ever again, right? And not just because they don't want to, but it's because of overconsumption. Like they're on so many people's email lists. So you want to make sure that you have some sort of low ticket lead magnet. Also, I cannot stress how important it is, especially if you sell a service. Like if you are a coach, if you are a consultant, if you do taxes, like if you do credit repair, if you have any type of service, I cannot stress how important it is to have a YouTube channel that has assets, that shows that you know your stuff, that got videos on videos on videos on videos, and is leading people to your lead magnet, because that's the thing that really is going to help you convert sales. People are going to go to your YouTube channel, they see 20 and 30 videos on there that they can binge watch, okay? They can binge watch it. They're building trust with you. We talked about how trust is still important. They're building trust with you, and now they're like, okay, what she got to sell? Like what she got going on? And YouTube's algorithm works so well that it's going to send you out. It's going to filter those videos out to new people and new watchers and new subscribers. So I know that some of these things may have been hard to hear. Like I said, that last one, baby, as an email marketer, I didn't even want to say that out of my mouth, but I got to give it to y'all straight. So I hope that this video helped you guys. I hope that y'all enjoyed this live. I'm going to be live so many times in this month of May, and I'm so excited about it. Thank y'all for subscribing to the channel, and I will see y'all in the next video.